Evelyn, do you have a minute? This just can't wait any longer.
Hey, Olivia, long time no talk. Is something wrong?
My little brother told you, didn't he? That my husband and I are living at my mother's house? Like some kind of charity case living off her meager retirement savings.
Yes, I did hear you started living with your mother around last week, right? Is everything okay? I know things haven't been easy with the business lately.
Yeah, Mom's old now, and she was on her own. It's only been 3 years since you and my brother got married. So I felt bad that you guys would have to live with another person, especially with a newborn on the way. You better be thankful that my husband and I are going back home for you. This wasn't exactly part of the plan.
Thank you so much. We wouldn't want to impose, but know that we're here for you.
Aw, how dependable. Were you perhaps hoping to live in my mom's house? Trust me, it's not exactly a 5-star resort.
Huh? Well, it's not that, but if your mother asked us to live with her, I think we would have to say yes. She's so kind, always makes me feel so welcome. I'm totally open to the offer, but of course, it's entirely up to you and your mom.
Yeah, the only good thing about my mom is that she's nice. There's a reason I haven't stayed there for longer than a weekend in years.
That's not true. As a wife, I really admire her. Besides, she raised you and your brother on her own. Isn't that amazing?
I mean, she was only technically a single mom. She was in easy mode compared to most.
Easy mode?
I mean, when her dad passed away, I was already in high school. My brother was in middle school, but we were both pretty old already. Besides, she got a lot of inheritance from her dad. She was working, but let's be honest, she had it pretty easy raising us compared to all those single moms struggling since their kids were in diapers.
I still think it was a difficult thing to accomplish. Raising teenagers is no walk in the park, especially on your own.
Saying something like that is going to make single mothers who have been on their own since their babies were children angry. To them, my mom had no struggles raising her kids. She was having fun with her life, jetting off on vacations and buying whatever she wanted.
Wasn't she just trying to make it seem that way? I mean, you and your brother both went to college too. Your mother paid for all your tuition and other fees, didn't she? All while juggling a full-time job? That's a lot on one plate.
I told you, it was the inheritance. Otherwise, she wouldn't be able to afford all those fancy trips and expensive dinners with her friends. We were raised by a single mom, but we never had financial struggles, not like some people I know.
I see. Look, Olivia, having money doesn't erase the challenges of being a single parent.
But now that there is no more inheritance left, she's just a stingy old lady. Look, we're going through the effort to move in with her, but she's saying that she won't even pay for the house to be remodeled. It's like she doesn't even appreciate us being here to help her out.
But isn't your house still pretty nice? I think it's because your mother's been getting things fixed here and there. No matter how many times I come over, every single corner of the house is spotless. I admire her for it. It takes a lot of work to maintain a house on your own.
Ugh, I didn't know you were such a neat freak too, Evelyn. No wonder you get along with my mom so well. Maybe you two can team up and clean the whole world while my husband and I suffer in this perfectly functional house?
I don't think it has to do with anything. It's about whether the renovation is necessary or not. Maybe some upgrades can wait.
Oh, I forgot to mention the reason why I contacted you. We decided to renovate the house a complete overhaul actually. Anyway, I need you to take some things off our hands.
Things? Like what?
Don't play dumb, Evelyn. Garbage! I say garbage, but it's perfectly good furniture that we don't use anymore. High-end stuff, mind you. So for someone stingy like you, I think it's a pile of gold.
I think we have enough furniture at our place for now. Besides, wouldn't it be better to sell it or donate it?
Then take it from us as a way of thanking you for living with Mom. You can throw it away if you want, but make sure you dispose of it at your own accord. It's the least you can do since we're practically saving you from living with a newborn in a tiny apartment.
What? Olivia, we can't just take your trash. We barely have space for our own things, let alone used furniture.
You're so useless. Earlier you told me that you would do anything to help us. Now, when I actually need your help, you back out? What kind of friend are you?
I'm sorry?
Fine. Then let my mom stay over at your place for a month.
Huh? Stay over?
We're going to remodel Mom's room in the bathroom. We can't use the other rooms either. You don't want to make her sleep in the living room, do you? Plus, my husband and I go to the gym so we can shower there. But my mom would have to keep going to the spa until the renovation is over. Don't you feel bad for her?
I mean, sure, a month is fine, but if she were to come to our house, her room would be connected to the living room. Would that be okay?
It's fine. As long as she gets privacy. I'm sure my mom would be happy to live with you, Evelyn.
Okay, but please let me discuss things with my husband before I make a final decision.
My little brother will definitely say yes too. Just like Mom, the only good thing about him is that he's nice. Okay, then I'll send her over the day after tomorrow. Thanks. I'll let you know when the remodeling is done.
Olivia, your mother told me. What did you mean when you told her not to come? This doesn't sound like you at all. Your mom seems so worried on the phone.
Exactly that! It's my house now, remember? We just finished finalizing the paperwork. It's all legal and above board. Why would I want her living here anyway? This place isn't some retirement home.
It was her house in the beginning, Olivia. You can't just pull the rug out from under her like this. Don't you remember all the memories she built there? All those years she spent raising you and your brother.
Memories are great and all, but they don't pay the bills. In a few years, she'll be stuck in some nursing home anyway, right? Besides, you said you were okay with her living with you when the whole renovation thing came up. I was just taking you at your word.
We never said we were okay with it. We were caught off guard, Olivia. Your mother coming to live with us is a huge decision. We need time to discuss it as a couple. This isn't just something you spring on people.
Well, consider it sprung. Look, I wasn't exactly planning on kicking her out on the street, all right? You guys just seemed like the perfect solution. Nice little starter home with plenty of space.
How can you even think like that? This is your mother, Olivia. When you took over ownership of the house, did you even consider how that would affect her? Your mother told me everything. She never needed you to live with her in the first place. She was perfectly happy on her own.
But in the end, she caved and let us move in, didn't she? It's not like I forced my way through the door. Mom can be easily persuaded sometimes. Besides, it's not like we haven't been helping her out.
This is horrible, Olivia. She's your mother. She took care of you your entire life, wiped away your tears, celebrated your victories, and sacrificed everything to raise you and your brother. How can you do something like this?
She did what she was supposed to do, didn't she? Those were her responsibilities as a parent. Why should I feel eternally grateful for something she was obligated to do?
It might be a parent's responsibility, but raising a child is a gift, Olivia. Not an obligation. Plus, from what your mother's told me, it sounds like she went above and beyond. Didn't she pay for most of your wedding stuff? And wasn't she always there to help you out financially when you were younger?
Like I said, she was just doing what she needed to do as a parent. A mother's job, her responsibility for giving birth to me. It's not like she went above and beyond or anything.
I don't like the way you think, Olivia. This isn't some business transaction. Love, care, and sacrifice are what make a parent, not some contract you sign at birth. Don't you feel any guilt at all for the way you're treating your own mother?
Guilt? Ugh, please. Why should I feel guilty? I'm not the one who raised a spoiled child who thinks the world owes them something. I'm living my life trying to be successful, not playing house with dolls and pretending to be a mommy.
Successful? This isn't a success, Olivia. This is selfishness and greed. You may think you're on top of the world now, but money and possessions don't buy happiness or a good conscience.
I don't really care what you think about me. You're just jealous because you and my brother are stuck in your tiny apartment with a screaming baby on the way. Maybe if you worked harder, you could afford a house like mine.
Olivia, listen to yourself. This isn't about jealousy or money. This is about family. You're turning your back on your own mother, the woman who loved you unconditionally. How could you be so cold?
What? What are you saying? Are you trying to pull some kind of family drama stunt on me? That's fine, but that means I won't have to take care of mom anymore, right? Free babysitting duties for you guys are officially over.
Yes, and we'll be the ones taking care of her from now on. We may not have a mansion like yours, but at least we have hearts. We'll give your mother the love and respect she deserves, something you seem incapable of.
Great. That's fine. By me, I mean. It seems like mom has no more money left, so I'm not expecting any inheritance from her. Oh, but is there any life insurance? I mean, just because I cut her off doesn't mean I'm not her daughter anymore. I still have rights to my inheritance, right? Don't tell me you expect me to lose out on everything.
Then I'd like that you never come into our lives ever again. I can't fully trust you, so I'm going to need some contracts too. A formal agreement stating you relinquish any claims to your mother's estate and that all future contact will cease.
Do you really need to go through all that effort? Can't we just agree to disagree? This whole thing is getting way out of hand.
We're actually very upset, Olivia. This is the least you can do. We don't want you coming to us for money or a handout later on, claiming you have nowhere else to turn.
Excuse me? Do you really think that I'm that desperate? Ask my husband. We have more money than you and your part-time working wife could dream of. You guys are barely scraping by, and now you're stuck taking care of my mom on top of everything else? Sounds like karma's a real you-know-what.
Then you're fine with the contract, right? We'd rather not see you or your husband as much as possible. The less drama in our lives, the better.
What a paranoid woman. I knew there was a reason why I didn't get along with you very well. You're so suspicious and uptight. Of course, someone like you would marry my brother. You're perfect for each other, clueless and controlling. Just what my brother needs in a wife.
Yes, my husband has a tendency to be a pushover. Not everyone is nice to a fault. So I have to get my act together, to be the strong one sometimes. Same goes for your mother. She got her house stolen by you because she was too kind and too trusting. She didn't want to believe that her own daughter would take advantage of her.
Stolen? Don't be dramatic. It's just a property transfer. And besides, either way, it would have been my house eventually. I'm the eldest daughter, the rightful heir. Inheritance and all that.
Is that so? Well, then I'll send the letter of agreement sometime soon. Consider it a severance package for our family relationship. There'll be details about you relinquishing any claims to your mother's estate and a clause about ceasing all future contact.
Fine, whatever. I'll sign it. I don't want to associate myself with you any longer either. Frankly, the feeling is mutual. You and your perfect husband can play house with your baby and my spineless brother all you want. Just don't come crawling to me when you realize you can barely afford diapers and daycare on your measly salaries.
We won't. We'll manage just fine. Unlike you, Olivia, we have something you'll never understand. Love, compassion, and a clear conscience. We may not have a mansion like yours, but at least we have a roof over our heads, and we could honestly say that we earned it. Enjoy your ill-gotten gains, Olivia. I hope it brings you the happiness you deserve.
Oh, I will. In fact, I'm planning a fabulous vacation to Bali with all the money I stole from my dear old mom. Maybe I'll even send you a postcard from paradise.
Don't bother. We wouldn't want any reminders of your selfishness tainting our lives. Goodbye, Olivia.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out, Evelyn. Evelyn, how are you? Are you still living with my mom? Ugh, this is awkward.
Look, Olivia, we went through this all already. We cut ties. What do you want from me?
Whoa, hold on a second. Don't start trying to find me right away. I mean, you didn't block my number, did you? That means I can still contact you, right?
Let's just say I wasn't exactly eager to chat, Olivia. I didn't block you so that I can contact you in case something happens to your mother. I can't say whether I would contact you, though. I just keep your number in case your mother asked me to get in touch with you.
Anyway, that's not why I called. Guess what? We finished renovating the exterior of our house, too. It looks pretty swanky if I do say so myself. Modern design, clean lines, the whole shebang. Why don't you come around to look at it sometime?
Why would I go over to your house, Olivia? Especially after everything that's happened. I don't even want to go close to your house.
I guess that's true. You guys are still crammed into that tiny apartment, right? 3 adults living on top of each other. You must be so jealous of us because we have our own house, some breathing room.
I don't feel that way at all, Olivia. We may not have a mansion like yours, but at least we have each other and a roof over our heads that we could be proud of.
Come on, Evelyn. Don't try to put on a tough act. But thank goodness, I'm so happy you took in that annoying old lady. Now we can live in our own house without any guilt. I'm so thankful for you taking on that burden. You're a saint.
Funny you should mention that. I could say the same thing. Thanks to you cutting ties with your mother, my husband and I can live in a wonderful mansion. Thank you so much for letting your mom live with us. It's been a real treat.
A mansion? What? What are you talking about? There's no way you guys could afford a mansion.
We're currently building a 2-family home. It comes with a huge yard and the house is huge itself. For me, it's almost like living in a mansion. We should be able to get a dog soon, too. The kids will love that.
A 2-family house? You're joking, right? How could my brother afford to build a house like that? He works at a company with a smaller salary than my husband. There's no way.
It seems like you're misunderstanding something, Olivia. My husband's paycheck isn't as low as you think it is. Plus, your mother is actually the one that's getting the house built for us.
What? My mom? There's no way she has that kind of money.
Yes, your mother. She said that it was just a waste having her savings lying around. So she used it to build us a home. I'm so thankful for her. That made me want to continue to do everything I can to make her life more comfortable too.
Why does Mom even have that kind of money? There is no way this is true. She spent everything on your college tuition and all those fancy trips. There's no way she had anything left.
Apparently your mother hasn't spent much of your father's inheritance. She did use it for your tuition, but for things other than that, she was using her own salary. She's always been a very frugal woman.
You're joking. You're saying that we were well off because of my mom's salary? She was making that much money? All this time, I thought Dad left us a comfortable inheritance, enough for all of us to live luxuriously. And it turns out it was all Mom?
I don't know the exact numbers, but she was doing investments on the side with her main income. Apparently, she was very good at it. She also mentioned wanting to ensure you and your brother could live a comfortable life. She seems to have been working hard all this time, sacrificing her own well-being. She said that she would only get around 3 hours of sleep a day.
There's no way. I don't know my mom was working that hard. She always seemed so relaxed, never stressed about money. I just assumed it was all because of Dad's inheritance. This changes everything.
Obviously, you were talking about how she was living a relaxed life, never a care in the world. Maybe you weren't paying much attention. They say a child often takes their parents for granted, never understanding their sacrifices. You're a perfect example of that saying. My husband knew about it. He knew that his mother, your own mother, was staying up late every night to work, putting your needs before her own health.
I'm going to apologize to Mom. I'm going to apologize this time. I'll take responsibility and live with her. Maybe I can help her out around the house, make things easier for her. She deserves that much after everything she's done for me.
Oh, come on now, stop it. What kind of a joke is this? You're obviously trying to weasel your way back in now that you know there's a massive house involved. Sorry, but the land legally belongs to my husband now. The papers were signed months ago.
What's Mom's contact number? It seems like she's been declining my calls so my texts won't go through. Is she all right? Did something happen to her?
That's what it means to cut ties with someone, Olivia. Remember? You chose to completely shut her out of your life. Don't act surprised when she doesn't want to talk to you now.
Then I'll go over to your house. At least let me apologize in person. Maybe seeing me face to face will change her mind. I need to tell her how sorry I am.
We don't want you bothering us, Olivia, so we moved. I don't plan on telling you our new address either. This is a fresh start for us, and that doesn't include you.
You moved? Does that mean you guys already had plans to build a house? When you said you wanted me to cut ties with you guys, you were already planning on taking advantage of my mom's money, weren't you? You're the one that's calculating and manipulative. You're terrible. You tricked my mom with nice words and sympathy, didn't you?
That's not true. We decided to build the house after we moved. Besides, my husband and I were against building a new home at first. We didn't want your mother to spend the money she worked so hard to save. We thought she could use it for her retirement and travel the world like she's always wanted to.
Then why did you guys decide to build the house? It sounds like you pressured her into it.
Your mother was very insistent. She said it would be a great investment for the future, especially with the baby coming. Also, I found out that I was pregnant when we moved. We knew that our tiny apartment wouldn't be suitable for raising a child, so we would need to move again in the near future. Plus, your mom said that she didn't want to leave any inheritance for you. You're still related to her by blood, so part of the inheritance would have to end up with you. She wanted to spend her savings while she was still alive and enjoy her golden years.
But I'm still her daughter. It's not fair that my brother gets everything. We're supposed to share the inheritance.
I would think this is normal after everything you did. Your mom raised you after all these years and put your needs before her own, but in the end, you stole her house and threw her out. You reap what you sow, Olivia.
Fine. Then at least have her pay a renovation bill. There are a lot of things we haven't renovated in our home. The kitchen is practically falling apart, and the roof leaks every time it rains. Tell my mom that all I'm asking for is a little financial help to fix these things. It's not like I'm asking for a handout for a new car or a fancy vacation. This is about basic necessities.
Your mother is looking at these text messages right now, Olivia. She's sighing, a long, tired sigh. She said that she doesn't have a single penny to give you. Apparently, she used every last cent she had on this new house. She wants you to know that you had a chance at a comfortable inheritance, but you threw it all away with your greed.
Mom! I'm sorry. I was wrong. Please forgive me. I know I've messed up terribly. I never meant to take advantage of you or take your house away. I was just stressed and I didn't know what else to do.
It's too late to apologize now, Olivia. You had your chance and you blew it. You had a horrible personality, Olivia. Selfish, entitled, and completely lacking in empathy. Thanks to the fact that you did something so terrible, we were able to make the difficult decision. A decision that ultimately turned out to be a blessing in disguise. We're also thankful we were able to cut ties with you. It allowed us to build a new life, a happy life without the constant negativity you brought with you.
But what about family? Don't families stick together no matter what? Isn't there any room for forgiveness? I can change. I can be better.
Family is important, Olivia, but so is respect. And you showed your mother none. You used her, manipulated her, and then cast her aside when you were done. There's no coming back from that, Olivia. Goodbye, for the last time. I don't know where my sister-in-law found the information, but she was able to find out the general idea when we were building our home. She was going around trashing construction sites where new homes were being built. Unfortunately, the properties weren't ours. She must have gotten the wrong idea because I told her it was a huge house. But I think the size of our new home is quite normal. It is true that we have a huge yard, though, and for me it feels like a huge home, so I can't necessarily say that I lied to her. But since there were other huge homes in the area, I do feel bad that she messed up the homes of those families. My sister-in-law was sued by the family because she trashed the construction site and now she needs to pay compensation for damages. However, my husband and I, nor her mother, will help her at this point. I think that this is what my sister-in-law deserves for her terrible actions. A few months after that, our two-family home was finally complete. Thankfully, my sister-in-law doesn't know where our home is located. Even if she does find out where we live, I plan on reporting her to the police if she tries to get close to us. I'm surrounded by my kind mother-in-law and husband, so all I want to do now is focus on giving birth to a healthy baby. I also want her to never forget how thankful I am for my mother-in-law who is living with us. And I want to create a family filled with happiness.